Hello, and welcome back to the Connect Realty podcast, where we're talking about this week some goals that we hit. I know a big thing on the radar is interest rates right now. So, how's everybody's week been?
It's been a good, productive week on my half. On my end, looking to submit a couple offers this weekend, or a offer this weekend, hopefully for one of my clients.
Nice.
And hopefully that gets accepted and that goes through.
You've been out looking at houses?
Yeah.
It's fun?
Yeah. Well, at first it was land. And then my client took it upon himself to be like, what would happen if I ended up getting a cosigner or some different type of loan in order to purchase a house. So
when you say took it upon himself, was there anything that you said that kind of led him into that?
I had let him know from the beginning, like, it's always a possibility that you can qualify for a home, but after that I didn't really say anything. And then one day he just ended up going with Manolo and saying, hey, how crazy, like literally with that wording, how crazy would it be if I found a cosigner or something? And then kind of worked from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was talking to you a little bit about it earlier today, and I think it shows a lot of the educational process that you have, because it's a bank statement loan that he's using, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even know what a bank statement loan was in my first year of real estate. Like, so just by you, like, being around us or, like, having that knowledge, you know, it helps you out to find a deal that might not have been a deal at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, that's awesome. Feels good to be out looking at houses. Any trouble you having with lock boxes or anything?
No.
I know that was like the hardest part for me of like starting to be a real estate agent, was like opening the lockbox and like trying to figure out the different lockboxes, and like it's literally every time we go out to a house, it's like a treasure hunt, right? Like I have to do tomorrow like 5 showings, and they're all in different buildings in downtown, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna be like with my client, like trying to find lockboxes. Just no fun at all.
And downtown, there's like 50 on a wall.
Yeah.
You seen those?
Well, yeah, we go in the building and there's just like 100 lock boxes, and luckily the one that was at the end was the one that we needed. But yeah, I mean, it's
The only modern one too.
I don't think so. I think it was a couple. Oh, there was like one with the dial, right? So like, yeah, like how to use this thing. It has ABCs on it, right? But it's just something as a new agent that you deal with, right?
Yeah, the secret is to race to the next showing before they get there.
So you can
find the key, get the key out of the lockbox, and by the time they pull up, you're opening the door.
Oh heck no, man! When I'm doing showings like that, I let everybody be involved. Like, hey, if you guys can find a lockbox, let me know where it's at, because I don't know where it's at. You know, like every time we go to a house, it's literally where the X marks the spot. Where's the lockbox? You know, treasure hunt, which is, I think, also kind of fun if you do that with your clients. I don't know. But man, people put the lockboxes in the weirdest places. Like, I know a couple times it's been like hidden in a bush, or like a place where you literally have to step in mud and like dirty your shoes up just to get there. Like, why are you doing that when knowing that the next place you step is gonna be inside the house? So like, if you're an agent and you're listening to this, please put the lockboxes in the easiest place to get to and try to hide them.
At my first showing, the lockbox didn't work. It came up like it as an error on the Sentry key. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of looked like a doofus in front of my clients. We just walked around the house, kind of looked through the windows.
Oh, you never got in?
Nah, never got in.
So, yeah, you could call the agent and get a 1-day code.
I did that, but it still came up as an error. Like the lockbox just wasn't working.
That was on him then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you messed this up. Yeah, and if you're an agent, make sure your lockboxes work too before you install them, right? I know, I think all of our lockboxes work. One of them is assigned to Dre, so we need to get that fixed. So log it over. Yeah, how about you? How was your week?
Good. We have a listing. We have a listing on the market. I'm just waiting for the
right
buyer. Get some offers in.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that to talk about, at least this week on the market, is there is not a lot of buyers out right now, right? And I think it's because everybody's in that wait and see, like what's going to happen with the interest rates, what's going to happen with the election. So there's not a ton of buyers out right now, which is inventory is up and there's tons of deals out, right? So we always say the best time to buy is when you can, but the second best time to buy is when nobody else is buying, right? Right now you have the opportunity to literally put a lowball offer on a lot of properties that are out there, and probably
Except Michael's.
except for Michael's. And most likely you're gonna get your offer accepted. I mean, we could go to put an offer on Michael's house right now, and I'm sure we'll get some credits or something out of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the opportunity is out there. If you've been thinking about buying, reach out and get pre-approved now, because the wave is gonna come, right? We talked about this. Jumping into interest rates. So interest rates, they've already said 99% chance of a rate cut in September, which the market has already taken into effect. So the rates that are being projected right now are pretty much with that rate cut taken in advance, right? Putting into it in advance. What does that mean? It means that right now you could probably get the same rate that you will in September if they do a rate cut. Now, what happens if they don't do a rate cut? We're gonna see rates jump up again, right? And it's kind of like me and Javi were talking about right now. Is that's kind of what happened in February, right? The rates, they promised coming in the beginning of the year 3 rate cuts throughout the year. The rates dropped significantly in February, and then they said, "Hey, no rate cuts until further notice," and then the rates jump back up to 7 and 8%.
Yeah.
So similar situation here, except for the data is going in the right direction, which is why people are like, no matter what, in September they're going to do a rate cut. Also, we're going into an election, right? So they want to do that rate cut till good by everybody.
Yeah, but you don't want to wait too long, because then prices are gonna go up. So try to game plan now. Don't wait.
Yeah, I think if you could beat the wave, because it comes September, the news headlines everywhere is going to be like rate cut, rate cut, rate cut, rate cut, right? And if that rate cut is already built into interest rates right now, then you're just getting a jump start on everybody else, right?
Yeah, not only that, and like you said, right now is a good opportunity to put offers on properties and get credit. Now combine that with the rates being priced, the cuts being priced in today. It's it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, because we all know, we've been through it before, when there's more buyers out and there's more offers on stuff, your credits are the first thing to go away. Yeah. We're no longer getting offers under asking with credits. Like all of that stuff goes away. More buyers out means more competition, and more competition usually means over asking price, right? Over asking price, more offers on homes, over asking price, right?
Yeah, so you might even get under asking today. Yeah. Plus credits, you never know, but later on you're not gonna get none of that.
Yeah, with when the wave comes and all that competition comes back to the market, say goodbye to all the credits. If you're trying to use down payment assistance programs, that's gonna be hard to get your offer accepted, right? Because we all know we worked through the time of craziness, right? Michael was saying, how many offers did you put for your client for that?
Yeah, like 15 offers on a client. Well, there's a couple of houses that they did win. It wasn't for them, but that's pretty much all they would get. Like, the bottom of the barrel. But yeah, it might get like that again.
Yeah, literally putting 15 offers out and not getting your offer accepted on any of them, or being able to shop around and pick and choose right now and grab a deal on something. I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, I wish I was financially set so I could buy another property right now, because I would probably buy another property right now, knowing what's to come, right? But yeah, that's for the future. I will definitely buy another property, just not right now. With all that being said, interest rates are the lowest that they've been all year. How do you guys think that affects, tomorrow?
I mean, just stating the obvious, more competition.
But is it like, is you guys' phone ringing?
Well, you already
buyers.
I guess maybe not on our end, but you already said yourself that you've had multiple lenders reach out to you and tell you that there's a lot of pre-approvals coming in. So
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I talked to a couple of lenders this week, and they both said, you know, they have a lot of applications coming in. So with applications comes buyers, right? They're getting pre-approved. People are getting pre-approved. They're making that move. Something that we've been saying for a long time for people to do. But, you know, once those buyers come out and the competition's back, it's going to be a lot harder for everybody to get approved because, you know, we've been going through a time where it's been slow and people get laxed in their work ethic and just how they're going through their day-to-day. And then all of a sudden you get a stack of 20 pre-approvals that you have to go through on your desk. Like, everybody gets backed up, right? Your pre-approval is not going to be as fast as it was before that process, right? And then you're just going to end up as another folder on a lender's desk waiting to get, you know, pre-approved. So I would say, you know, act now, act before that wave comes, because once it starts getting busy again in the real estate market, like, everybody gets busy and they forget about you know, the person that's on the bottom of the toll.
Yeah, there's not a lot of urgency for some people, like for some lenders, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's not that it's not urgency. But it's just it becomes a job again, right? Literally, you having time. Stacks of work on your desk. It takes time to get through, right? And if you're like, dude, I have to move right now, like, there's gonna take time to get through your file, to get everything processed, and not only that, to get your offer accepted, right? So I think in terms of like right now it being the lowest rate, there's gonna be times where there's gonna be a time where people can think about refinancing also, right? So that's also gonna get lenders busy, right? So I think we should have a lender on and see like what's their move, because they know it's coming. Like, have they been stacking up, like, you know, workers ready to go? Like, do you have a workforce that's ready to fulfill all of this demand that's coming?
When you get a pre-approval, about how long does that last for the audience?
They say like 90 days. Really, it just depends on your credit, right? Like, if you don't have any major changes to your credit report, mm-hmm. right? Because a major change in your credit report will cause that pre-approval to change, right? If someone goes out and buys a car, or they add a lot of debt.
What about with like the interest? I'm assuming if you get it pre-approved right now, and then the interest goes down, you'll have a higher pre-approval in the future.
Yeah, and that's something that's easily determined, right? Like, oh, okay, right now you could afford a $500,000 house, whereas if it drops, you know, another point, you get a $600,000 house. But that's also very time sensitive, right? Because you to be able to lock an interest rate, you have to have a contract, a agreed upon contract, right? You can't just say, okay, you're pre-approved at a 5% rate, and then you have no offer accepted, right? Until you get that offer accepted and you're in escrow, that's when they could lock your rate. So basing it off that, they usually give a ballpark figure in rates, mm-hmm. right? So yeah, I mean, until you actually have an offer accepted, which, like we said, going back to getting that wave of people, it might take some time, right? So, and then you never know what happens. Come September, they decide to drop the rates 0.25, and people are just like, hey, that's not enough, right? And then all of a sudden the rates go up a little bit, and they're like, when's the next rate cut? When's the next rate cut, right? So I would just say don't play the waiting game, and like, if you're actively thinking about buying a house, reach out to us today and get the process started, right? We want to educate you and get you going. Now on the flip side, right, on the listing side, what would you guys say is what are you guys telling sellers right now?
The more buyers are coming out, prices may go up. Not now, but we can see it possibly happening, especially if the rates go down.
Yeah.
And just to be patient.
I think well, I talked to a seller yesterday, and my thing that we went over is if the rates are going down for sure, it's gonna bring out more buyers, right? And they're 99% sure. So you have a 1% chance at this not happening. Which, if it doesn't happen, you're just waiting longer to price your house at what we're gonna price it at now. But if you have the ability to wait until September 17th, 18th, then wait it out, and then you're gonna get a more for your house. I think that's the way to go right now, personally. Now there's always the cases of like people that have to sell now because they're on a time crunch. In those cases, we just price your house according to the market where it's at. But ultimately, there should be more buyers out this week and next week, and while these rates are still low, right? Because the flip side to it is, what if they don't drop the rates, and then there's all these people that have just been waiting the whole time, right? And then it's just the market is gonna be just completely stopped.
The market is not gonna crash either for those people waiting for that.
Do you think the market will completely stop, or do you think it'll bring out more buyers than not what we have right now in this moment, but like a couple weeks back? Like, I feel like it would just be a lot of people like saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna wait for the interest rates anymore," and then they already got pre-approved, they're already hyped, ready for the season.
I think this year showed a lot of people what a new normal looks like at high interest rates. So if nothing happens in September like it's expected to, I don't think it's gonna make any big negative impacts on people.
Yeah, I think interest rates will jump up again. That's gonna be the negative impact,
Jump
right?
past what they were right now.
Back just to like 7%, right?
And they'll be like, yeah, we saw this a couple months ago, so it's not like
until they actually agree to do it again, right? They say, hey, we're gonna do a rate cut again. But you bring up a good point, right? The market is changing weekly, right? It's always constantly changing. There's never a week that we go through it and then we're like, oh, okay, nothing happened this week, right? Sometimes in the slower times it's just a little bit slower or a little bit faster, but it's constantly changing. That's why we do the weekly market updates, right? To bring people like the most updated facts or headlines or whatever it is that's changing on that weekly basis. But yeah, the rates will affect the prices. If they decide not to do it, I feel like it's gonna be like another letdown, and I think maybe that will just kind of temporarily pause the market because there's so much built up hype around a rate decrease, right? Now we also have to think about timing wise of the year, right? Like that's literally a September.
Yeah, it's going into the fall.
It sets us up into the fall and the winter, and we all know in the fall and the winter, usually in the real estate market is a slower time, right? So the other big thing on the horizon is the presidential election, right? All of these things can drastically change the real estate market like overnight. So some things to keep in mind, it goes one way or the other. It's gonna go one way or the other for you and your situation and what you guys are deciding, right? That's why you can never wait on the market, like literally jump into the market when you can and when you're comfortable doing it, because you want to just wait for some other person's opinion to be able to buy a house. That's my personal thought on it. And right now is a great time to buy, right? If no one's buying, buy.
Get those deals.
Yeah, I just saw your post this morning about getting your buyer's closing costs covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was in Temecula. Got their closing costs covered up there. They're happy, move into the house. We got that house for a really good deal, 5-bedroom house. It is I think $725 we're in escrow for, and the other 5 bedrooms in that neighborhood selling like $8. So we just
that's a steal.
We happen to be at the right time in the right place and get it. And one of the reasons, going back to listing your home, is the sellers wanted to be at every showing. So sellers out there that is kind of odd and it throws people off. But I mean,
So you're thinking that's the reason they weren't getting other offers was because the sellers were just kind of in there.
Yeah, they wouldn't leave for the showings.
Yeah, it makes it awkward. It makes it
hard to connect with the house when you have the owners of the house.
Yeah, it makes it like Carlos, the first open house we did.
Yep.
You know, people were in the house, in the bedrooms, on the couches, and people would come in, walk right out, be like, "It's not for me."
Yeah.
And that's
There's someone on the couch,
yeah,
the guy on
yeah.
the couch.
and that's because you don't have a chance to kind of visualize what it would be like for you to be in that.
For
home.
you and your family, and then
Exactly.
it's not a safe place, right? Because someone's in your space.
You're slowly opening the doors, just peeking around, not even stepping into the bedroom, not even.
It's kind of like they don't want to sell it. Like they don't want you to
I think these guys were tenants.
Oh.
I think that's kind of what not.
It
Maybe they just kind of have like an emotional connection to it or something.
No,
They want to make it slower or
They were there
something.
for like 20 years, so yeah, the tenants didn't want to get out.
Yeah.
But still.
I mean, in that case too, like in this and the cell that we had, they were just like an older couple. Maybe they didn't have any place to go, but it's a conversation you have to have with your sellers. I think it's like, if you want to sell this house, you have to let us get in the house and sell it. You have to have we want to do open houses, right? We want to get as many people through the house as possible, so somebody can have that emotional attachment to the house, right?
Yeah, they'll fall in love. Like I've showed houses to people. I've sent them like links, and they don't like the house, and I'm like, hey, let's just go look at it, and we go look at it, and then they end up buying the house.
Yeah, because there's also that aspect of real estate where there's people that do really bad marketing or really good marketing, right? So pictures, you can definitely be catfish or house fished, right? That's the term we came up with. You could definitely be house fished, right? Whether it's bad way or the good way, because there's some pictures that make houses look way better than what they are, and there's some houses that don't do the house justice, right? And that's what we're here for as agents, is like to give you guys tours of homes. So now you're gonna have to sign an agreement with us, but we will still give you the tour of the homes. We have the keys to unlock all the doors, right?
Yes, sir.
You guys want to get out and show some houses? Any showings this weekend? I have to show 5 condos tomorrow in downtown.
I feel like the week went really fast because I was showing a couple days in a row. And I'll be out tomorrow too, showing.
Nice.
Sick.
What are you looking for?
First we need to get a pre-approval. These clients went from looking at land to, deciding they want to buy something that's already built. So step 1 is get the pre-approval. Step 2 is to schedule showings. They're already sending me a couple properties. Small houses, 2-3 bedrooms, right around 700,000. So
Nice.
all over the place. They work close to downtown, so they're trying to stay within 30 minutes.
So, the base, military base, 32nd Street.
I think so.
Carlos is gonna go see a house in National City tomorrow at 5:50.
No, 9 a.m.
No, but the price point 5:50.
Oh yeah.
2-bedroom. Make it.
It's funny because Carlos, he went out to go see one, and then my clients hit me up for the same exact property.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah, so we're stepping on each other's toes here. So
You
don't
guys
tell
are
me which one you're looking at.
You guys are fighting
now.
now.
Yeah,
Fighting for those deals right
don't
now.
want to send.
Nah,
offers
there's
out
plenty of deals to go around.
on the
It
same
says
property.
there's a house for everybody out there. You always end up where you're supposed to be at.
I mean, if you got pre-approved for 700, I'm getting outbid all day.
I'm getting out there all day. But no, it's cool, right? The process that we're doing is working. You guys are getting the leads, flipping them. They're multiple buyers. Javi closed the deal this week.
Yeah, just closed 2 days ago. Client's super happy. Got him over 13 grand in credits.
You need to give him the keys and everything.
He's in Mexico, so
When
he doesn't know when he's coming back. Yeah, I tried to give him to meet with him the day we close, yesterday, today, and he's like, we'll get there when we get there.
Oh,
so,
dang.
Yeah. So I put my own lockbox up there, left him the keys, left him some gifts on the counter.
Yeah, nice.
And just
The complete opposite of that one client.
which one?
The one who got all mad at you because you didn't give her the keys.
Oh yeah. Long story.
But that's awesome. We're out here closing deals, working hard for our clients still. And then you got a new listing this week.
New listing. It's a little over half an acre. In
Development opportunity.
Yeah, it's a development opportunity. I've got architectural plans. I got topography reports. We're gonna go stick a sign in the ground today. It's priced at $320,000, and
It's like, it's 2 acres.
no, it's not 2 acres. It's 2 parcels.
2 parcels.
That total. There is 2 parcels side by side, residential, zoned residential, and they total. I want to say 0.5 acres.
Oh, okay. But
Sold
you could
together?
build two
You
two
can build-
houses, 2 ADUs, so
You can
4.
build 2 houses and 2 ADUs. One single family house on each parcel and an ADU on each parcel, and we have architectural plans for all of that.
I think the next on the next steps you should do to maybe help sell that property would be finding a lender who could do some kind of loan for that, because that would entice people, right? Like, hey, talk to this lender, and they have a loan program for you to build this out or build something out. You know,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
we have some numbers, but they were way out there.
Yeah.
So maybe asking a different lender to see if they can work with it.
Yeah, just if there's any programs, right? Like some kind of program where you could buy the land and get a loan for the construction side. It doesn't have to be for the whole thing, maybe for one of the houses or something, because it is a big project, right?
Yeah. And then Freddie's house, 1647 Sombrero Way, should be finished within the week, in the next 7 days.
That's fast.
Yeah, I think
looks cool.
they just hit the 2-month mark on that one.
Yeah, it looks really nice. You sent
So
a picture.
They powered through it, helped them out with getting the permits yesterday for that. Yeah, and it should be going on market, I'd say within the next 10 days. 875 is what we're gonna get.
Is the house like prepped already? You're just waiting on that permit that you're talking about, or?
Yeah, the turnaround time for the permit is 1 to 2 days, so I should have it today, if not Monday, and then they can go ahead and install what they need to do.
Oh, is it for the pool?
No, it's for the HVAC system.
Nice.
How long has the whole process been? Like
About 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
2 months since you acquired the property, or 2 months in total?
2 months since we closed.
Yeah, 2 months since they bought it.
It's about a month too long, but the city got involved, so.
Yeah, the city got involved pretty heavily, but in my opinion, it's going to be a selling point. You know,
Yeah,
buyers come in and I
everything's
say, hey,
signed
look,
off.
I got city reports. I've had inspectors through here from the city. We've had the state contractors board make sure everyone's got their licenses. So it's not a cheap flip right here. Everything's done
Correctly.
on the up and up. Yeah,
Up to code.
up to code. So
Everything's done.
it's going to be a selling point the way I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
took a little bit longer, but you know, in the end, there's not it gives reassurance to the people that walk through, thinking, you know, oh, this is a
It
cheap
wasn't
flip.
rushed.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have you got any other hits from the neighborhood?
Yeah, we got a couple leads. 2 other people are interested in possibly selling. One person that lives in the neighborhood has a grandson that is interested in taking a look at the property once it's done to possibly buy it.
Nice.
We've had 2 mailers go out through there. I'm going to send another one out
Pretty soon.
and then maybe another one after that.
Yeah.
And then I got mailers going out for the just closed, and then mailers going out for the other listing, the land.
Nice.
So a lot of paper going out.
There's a lot of homes around the land. It's already
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah,
What zip code is that in?
921 Encanto.
92114.
92114.
Awesome. Yeah. So not rural. It's in the city.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So opportunity to build some houses, if that's what you're looking to do. I think one of the things that we try to do up front is educate our clients a little bit on that process, because a lot of people want to build houses, right? And it seems like the cheaper approach. But if you look at all the numbers and the time that it takes, sometimes it's better to have a little experience going into that process. But if it's something that you're looking to do, we do have a property like that. Reach out, let us know. We'll get you the details on that. I have a couple of listings coming up. They're going to be here in Chula Vista. They should be, coming by that September time frame. Because I think, coaching my clients up, we want them to have the best sell. And with the rates keep going down and then the announcement of the rate cut, I feel like there's going to be a lot more buyers out. So if you're a buyer, try to beat that wave. And if you're a seller, that wave's coming. Let's ride it together.
Get pre-approved.
Yeah, if you're a buyer, get pre-approved, reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. And we're always here, not just to sell you a house or sell your house, but to educate you on the process, get you guys coached up and ready to go. You guys hungry?
Starving.
Some burgers?
Some burgers.
Drop some good burger recommendations.
McDonald's?
Yeah, what is your favorite burger in SD? I think I have mine. It's that's no secret, it's Hayes.
I've got one too, but I haven't tried all the ones I've been wanting to try. So
you can't make a decision yet.
So tune in next week. We're going to talk about burgers a little bit. Until next week.
Burgers and houses.
Stay connected.